it tells us that the governments are prepared to kill their own people, and for their agendas that are kept secret from the public, and that the media will conspire to keep that secret, and is complicit in this government lie. And that not only will, say, the American government or the British government keep it secret, but you won't hear about it from any governments of the world, which
Right.
suggests there's some hidden power that somehow enforces silence or complicity. And then, as we've seen since 2020, the global plans can be rolled out that change the face of how we live. And this is what 9/11 was a signal for. It was telling us that things do not operate as we think they do, and and the media doesn't tell us the truth, and that there are people who will actively suppress the truth, that science can be suppressed, which is a very important one recently. The academia is controlled, that your politicians are controlled, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly. They are not telling you the truth, and they're not working in your interest. And once you know that, that puts
Wow.
everybody at threat. And it also taught us that
Wow.
in our unwillingness to face the truth, and that I heard a fireman called Eric Lawyer, who was campaigning for the truth, say that our friends and family can be our bigger enemies than the deep state, which we saw in the COVID times, because they're not willing to face reality. And there's a very interesting piece by Frances Shaw, who's a psychologist, who's the only non-architect or engineer to write anything that's been published by Architects and Engineers from an Island of Truth. And she said that it means that if we can't face the truth, we're like abuse victims, in that we're not
Right.
prepared to stand up for ourselves.
Right.
And are we prepared to, she, very prescient piece, almost prophetic, she said, are we prepared to take the chance that this government will, these people who've done this, who've killed citizens and gone to war and killed millions of people, that they will altruistically reform themselves? And are we prepared to take the chance that the next time they do something, it won't harm us or our families? And that's exactly what we've seen since 2020. So that's the way in which it
Yeah,
informs the
yeah.
way we view
Wow.
this century.